Welcome to In It to Win It. This is Steve Barton, and thank you for tuning in. We're here at the 2026 Rural Symposium in Boca Raton, and I'm here with Benoit La Salle of Aya Gold and Silver. Benoit, thank you for coming back on the show.
Thank you for inviting me. Thank
Yes,
you.
yes.
It's great to be back.
Yes, good to be back. Good to be back. Okay, I always like to start these off. Market cap, cash, and debt. What's the size of your company?
Okay, so in US dollars, market cap is 3 billion. Cash is 170 million, and debt is with the EBRD bank, a development bank. It's around 80 million.
Okay, 80 million. Okay,
And cash flow per quarter is around 50 million.
yes.
That's important, which there's not too many of us with positive net cash flow.
Yes, yeah. I was on your last quarterly call, and I'm getting way ahead of myself here, but it's exciting. You said $60 an ounce for silver when silver had that big spike. Is that what you guys were cash flowing? Was $60 an ounce? Did I
Well,
hear that
look,
right?
our all-in is $20.
Yeah.
So in Q1 of 2026,
Yeah.
our average selling price was 82.
Okay.
So yes, we
Yeah.
were cash flowing $60 per ounce, and we produced at that period 1.4, round number, 1.4 million.
Yeah.
This morning, we've announced that in Q2, we just produced 1.7 million.
Oh wow. Okay. All right. Nice.
But the selling price is not, the average selling price is not 82. It'll be a bit lower
Yeah.
in Q2. Hopefully, it'll come back up in Q3. But yeah, in Q1, we were generating $60 an ounce.
Yeah. Yeah. And your average cost is 21.
21.
21. Yeah. Okay. All right. And okay, let's start up. Tell us about your history, your success. This is your sixth mine that you're building right now, Boumadine? Is that
yes,
right?
yes,
Okay.
yes.
So the sixth mine. All right. Give us your track record.
Well, look, in SEMEFO, when I started SEMEFO in 1995, we discovered the Houndé belt of Burkina Faso, which is today the main belt in Burkina. We discovered it. And there we built the Mana mine, which is still in operation today and producing close to 200,000 ounces of gold per year. So at SEMEFO, we participated and built a mine in Guinea, a mine in Niger, a mine in Burkina. We were co-owner of a mine in Mali and a mine in Ghana. So there were 5 projects that we either built it all or participated in. And we sold, as you know, SEMEFO was sold to Endeavour Mining, and then we took over Aya, a small group. We took over Aya, and in Aya, when we arrived, it was a broken company. It was going nowhere. We invested in exploration. We discovered at Zgounder 100 million ounces of silver, and we built another mine there, another plant, on time and on budget, like all the others, for 140 million, which would have cost in Canada 500 million. And today, that mine is operating about 70% above nameplate capacity.
Huh.
It's extremely rare.
Yeah.
So, Zgounder would have been our 6th project, and Boumadine will be our 7th project. And on the team, well, Mustafa, our head guy, I mean, he built many mines in Morocco in the phosphate industry. And we have a couple of other guys who build mines in Quebec and in Canada. The team is a team of mine builders.
Yeah.
That have done it, that have been successful, and that know all the pitfalls of construction, because that's where you normally get into trouble. And the commissioning and the ramp up and all that. So we have a very strong team. And yeah, we're going right into Boumadine right now, and it's a $450 million project. We're in it right now, and it's going to get it's going now.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Are you? How far along are you on Boumadine?
So interesting. Boumadine is permitted.
Yeah.
We have a mining permit. The geology is done. The mine plan is done. The flow sheet is done. The water agreements are done with the villages. I mean, they're not all signed, but they're done. The power is with the National Utility Company. That's done. The tailings dam, we know where it's going, and also that's done. So when you look at all the chapters, it's quite advanced.
Yeah.
So now we need to finish a little bit of additional metallurgy, little things, finish the flow sheets, get into detail engineering, go out on a request for a proposal for the plant, because we will ask people to bid on the plant while we're doing the rest of the work. So we'd like to break ground in Q4 of this year.
Okay. Okay. All right. I'll remember that.
For production by mid-2029.
Okay. All right. 2029. And what? Let's talk about Zgounder for a minute. It's a pure silver mine,
Yep.
right? What kind of geologic anomaly allows that to even happen?
You know what? It's a very good question. It's extremely rare.
Yeah.
It's extremely rare. And it's not a vein.
Okay.
So historically, and as you know, silver mining is a vein. People follow a vein, and that's why the strip is so important and the dilution is so important. And we believed at the beginning it was a vein because there was a high grade system.
Yeah.
But then we started mining it wide to realize that it was distributed on 200-meter wide, not 20-meter wide. So we've changed the mining methods. We've changed our approach from underground selective mining to open pit massive mining. And look, it's there.
Huh.
So it's a stock work. So the fluids came up. It's pure native silver, pure silver. 200-meter wide, 1.4 kilometer long, 700-meter deep. It's a loaf of bread, mineralized.
Huh.
And so the technical people will say, well, this, in the sequence of event, this is like further away from the caldera. So it's what they call low sulfidation systems. But it's not yet well understood. But in Morocco, you have two of these big mines, one called Zgounder and one called Imiter, which is owned by Managem. And they are pure silver mine. Like no byproducts.
Yeah. Yeah. It definitely makes it fun as an investor because I don't know a stock that's more tied to the silver price than yours.
No.
I really don't.
No,
At least until 2029, right?
That's right. Well, that's right. And then there'll be some gold kicking in, but we'll still be, by that time, a 20 million ounce producer of silver per year.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's not taking into account anything else we have on the two domain that we have, because we have two major districts. We own all the ground. So there's a lot more coming. But for the time being, by 2029, we'll have Zgounder at 6 million. And we'll have Boumadine at 13 million of silver for 14. And then we'll have gold coming out of Boumadine as well.
Okay, awesome. Okay, share structure. Who owns your company? How much do you own? Give us the colored pie chart.
Yeah, so what's quite interesting is the original shareholders who were there and who participated at the beginning. It's a group of families out of Belgium with whom I talk, I would say, every week. They own about 35%. And they were on the board until recently, but two of them decided they would just retire, but they're still big shareholders. But that group is still at 35%. Management is around 8%. And then we have three funds. BlackRock at 10, VanEck at 10, and we have then a little bit smaller funds, but Fidelity out of Boston is also a very large shareholder at 5-6%. So it's very tight.
Yeah.
Like within 5 or 6 of us, we're at like 65-70%.
Oh, okay.
The ETFs own about 20%.
Okay. And so what's that leave for, if not counting the ETFs, what does that leave for retail?
45%.
Okay, all right. That's why it's so volatile. Okay, I'm understanding. Okay.
It is volatile.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, scalability. How much bigger could Zgounder get, do you think?
Well, so we're looking for another deposit.
Yeah.
We're mining the first deposit. If we have another deposit similar, our goal would be to increase, the production to 8, 10 million ounces. It could be done easily, but we need another source of ore
Okay.
because currently we're limited by the size of the deposit and the traffic jam with the trucks and going underground, going open pit. We're limited.
Yeah.
So the mine is at its capacity.
Okay.
At 4,500 ton a day. It cannot take more, the mine.
Yeah.
The plant, we can grow the plant, but the mine. So in order for us to grow the plant, we need to find another mine.
Yeah.
Not too close, not too far.
Yeah.
And then after that, well, we're not limited by anything. We have water, we have power, we have space.
Yeah.
So we're not limited. So I won't say we would double up, but it would be nice to bring it up to 10 million ounces.
Yeah. Yeah.
That'd be quite nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That would be. I certainly wouldn't shake a stick at that. Okay. What's the biggest unanswered question right now facing IM?
Well, so depending who you talk to, for some people is to understand Morocco, because some people say, oh yeah, but I don't do Africa. Okay, but Morocco is more Europe than Africa, but it's okay. So to understand that it's a great mining jurisdiction, that it's a friendly jurisdiction, that it is a very close jurisdiction with United States. It's also close with the Middle East, so it's the bridge now between the Middle East and United States. So for some shareholders or investors, they need to be comfortable with the jurisdiction. Once they're comfortable with their jurisdiction, the other unanswered question is how big and how quickly can you bring Boumadine into production?
Yeah.
Because Boumadine is a tier 1 asset. Like they're rare. It's the kind of asset that the payback on the capex is less than 1 year.
Wow. Wow.
So you have to find it. We have it. We drill it. We've drilled it. It hangs together. Metallurgy is good. The grade's fantastic. So in gold equivalent, it's around 6 million ounces at 4.5 gram per ton.
Wow.
There, on top, each ton of rock is made of 45% sulfur.
Huh. Okay.
And that the sulfuric acid is needed badly.
Yeah.
So the ton of rock has got tremendous value. So it's for people to be comfortable that we will bring Boumadine into production in 3 years, because currently our value, ballpark, is 10 times the EBITDA of Zgounder. That's our value. The EBITDA of Zgounder is about 300 million.
Yeah.
Times 10 is 3 billion.
3 billion.
So if you buy today, you are paying full price for Zgounder, and you're getting Boumadine for free. Or there could be a small adjustment.
Yeah.
So as soon as people are comfortable that Boumadine is coming in, as we say, there'll be a re-rate.
Yeah.
Because for comparison, in 2029, on a run rate basis, we're about 20% and 30% bigger than ECLA and First Majestic. Their market cap, approximately 12 billion, and ours is 3.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So there's a re-rate of 4 times if everything stays constant.
Huh. Okay. What keeps you up at night?
My kids. Otherwise, not much. I sleep very well.
What could go wrong?
Timing. With
Timing?
mining, it can slip.
Yeah.
It can slip. Our biggest issue for the past 2 years was water, because there was a drought in Southern Europe, and there was a drought in Morocco. And this year, they had more water than they'd ever seen in the last 100 years. So now the water reservoirs are full. Like we have water almost for like 18 months. So water is now, because every board meeting, we have a list of risk. And for the past 2 years, risk number one was water.
Water. Okay.
Because historically for 7 years, there was not a lot of water. And you remember the fires in Spain and all that, was no water.
Yeah.
All that's been changed now. There's
Okay.
tons of water.
Okay.
So the water is not a risk anymore. So now it's like not getting parts on time. The ball mill is going to take a bit more time. In Morocco, they have the World Cup of football or soccer in 2030. So there's a lot of people busy in building stadiums. So are we going to be short a bit of staff for construction?
Oh, good point. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
So, but these are things we manage.
Yeah.
We'll manage that.
Yeah. What about dilution? How you touched on it a second ago. How's the dilution? Last time we talked, you were mentioning that there could be some dilution with the grades and
No,
stuff.
so now that's we control that now. There's no more dilution.
Okay.
We had in the ramp up, we had a bit of problem with the open pit.
Yeah.
The blasting was not well adjusted. Now it's okay. So there's regular 10% dilution on the open pit, but otherwise now we're back to normal. There's no dilution. There's no
Okay.
mining is coming. Mining is actually going very well. We're mining right now 4,800 ton a day, and we're putting through a bit more than 4,000 ton a day at the plant. So we have even extra capacity. We have stockpiles.
Okay.
But the other dilution that you're not going to see is stock dilution. We don't need to issue any more paper because we have the money. We have, as you saw at the beginning, we have the money in the bank. We're generating money. So Boumadine can be funded from our own cash flow.
That's good.
Which is extremely rare.
Yeah. Okay. What should I have asked that I didn't?
Who's going to win the game between France and Morocco tomorrow?
You're rooting for both of them, right?
No, absolutely not. I'm rooting for Morocco.
Right.
But otherwise, no, it's going extremely well. The production is going well. The exploration budget is $60 million US.
Okay.
18 drills, 240,000 meters of drilling, news flow coming at all time. So it's, yep.
Okay, awesome. Benoit, thank you very much. for
Pleasure
coming on the
again.
show.
Thank you.
If our viewers want to get a hold of you and follow Aya Gold and Silver, how can they do so?
So our website is accessible, ayagoldsilver.com. My email address is on every press release. They can write to me. It's every press release. You have my email address, or Alex Ball, who also is with us. And we do come back to everybody. And if they have questions, we will be back to them.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you
for coming on the show. If you want to watch the replays of the 2026 Rule Symposium, there is a link for that down below. Thank you very much for tuning in. Go to stevebartonmoney.com for more, and have a wonderful day. For more content like this, check out these videos right here.